Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here for evening vibes.
Can you hear it?
What? Man, put yourself on mute, man.
I was meant to, man. I thought I clicked it. My bad.
Oh, man. Get out of here, man. I was thinking, bro, my sound is on.
Hey, it's that's mocking you in the background.
Right, big up Dats in the background, man. Big up, man. But we're here, people, man. You know, I'm trying to ruin my flow and that. You know, we're here for evening vibes. We're here with Minna. Big up to you, Minna. How you doing? Everything all good?
All good, man. All good.
Big up to you. We got bro, debut on the channel, Sheik TV, all the way from California. Big up to you, man. What are you saying, Sheik, man? You good?
Yeah, man. Big up to everyone on the panel. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure everyone's running up the likes. And yeah, man, absolute honor to be on the channel. Thank you so much, Saeed. And yeah, man, let's get to it. A lot to talk about.
Yeah, man, a lot to talk about, man. So yeah, man, big up to Sheik, debut on the channel. Obviously, Kaz is in the building. What are you saying, Kaz? You good?
Yeah, man. Just waiting for my man to get sacked already. So,
bro, yeah. I think that's what everyone's waiting for. You know, I'll be real with you, man. That's the reality right now. What's going on is that we're just waiting for Ten Hag to be sacked. Well, you know what I mean? I still, Minna, we need to find out what fence she's on. You know what I mean? But
I told you I'm on the fence, bro. That's the fence I'm sitting on.
No, listen, I hear that. But but I think we're waiting for a decision. That's the main line, guys, isn't it? We're waiting for a decision. I believe he's gone. I think they're just obviously working on the finer details of how they present it to the people. But I think he's gone. It's just that, you know what it is, yeah? We have got an emotional fan base, and I'm one of them. You know what I mean? I know I'm one of them because you see me on the watch-alongs, you know? I'm invested in my United. But you know what? What they need to do is just tell people what it is. You know what I mean? And then we go from there. Because once we know, we can get on with our lives. You know? I can go on holiday. I can do whatever I need to do. I don't have to wait for, here we go, and then start running back to the gaff. You know what I mean? And do a video like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just need to know, Minna, innit? I'll start with you, Minna, but we need to know. We need to know why going. Yeah?
It's killing me. You can't go on holiday till
yeah, I can't really. Let's be honest. I can't. A holiday is about enjoying your holiday. You don't want to be stressed out.
Take your equipment with you, man. Go have fun.
Nah, the Wi-Fi.
There's a life to be. There's a whole life to be lived outside of Manchester United, man.
Yeah, there is, but not when
your equipment.
Not when this Ten Hag. You know what I mean? The worst manager we've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Is
you know what it is?
Yeah.
I think for me, it's just it feels like there's uncertainty in INEOS about the way to proceed about it, because I said this a couple months back when there was talk about Erik Ten Hag's job being under scrutiny. If INEOS had come out simply and just put the rumors to bed, I think it would have put the fan base and also the manager at a bit of ease. The manager don't know where he sits. The players don't know where he sits, and the fans are literally every day refreshing Twitter every hour to see if there's any sort of news. Sir Jim Ratcliffe was doing interviews about Brexit on Sky.
What, today?
Like a month ago, literally beginning of May. He was sitting. He could have used that opportunity to do interviews and simply just put this situation to bed. But I think INEOS themselves are still deciding amongst themselves. I genuinely think that. I don't think that, they came to a conclusion like it was rumored. But, before the FA Cup final, it was talking about how Chelsea want McKenna, but McKenna's looking like the front runner. I don't think any of that was really the case. I just think INEOS themselves, they're looking at the options available. They're thinking, should we just stick with it? And this is a question to you guys, because I know a lot of you lot are Ten Hag out. I think a lot of people I've seen want the manager out. Do you think INEOS are holding out because the manager they want is not available right now? Or do you genuinely think that they're assessing the situation to make the best decision possible? Because I think the manager they want is not available to them right now. That's it.
That's a good question, I look at it from a point of view of, I think they know what they're getting. It's just that, again, it's the right time to announce things, isn't it? They're doing a process or a thorough review. You know what I mean? I don't know why they're doing a review when you know the situation that's going on. But I do believe they just want to become a bit different. They don't want to do no hasty decisions. They don't want to become like the Glazers where they sack a manager after the FA Cup final. It wouldn't make sense. Even for me, as someone who wants the guy's job gone, it wouldn't make sense to call this guy's job, straight away, would it, Sheik? After the final. I don't think it would. Personally, for me, it makes sense to do it then. You let a week settle, you let maybe a week and a half settle, and then you announce it. Boom. Nobody knows. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, one thing I also do want to say, because it is like, my first time on the channel, I do want to say that I am Ten Hag out. I have been Ten Hag out for a majority of the season. I think it was kind of like midway through the season where I was initially Ten Hag out, but there were certain things and certain situations that and certain results that obviously made me to sway that way. But yeah, in terms of ENEOS, I think there is an uncertainty, but the uncertainty is more on, like Mina said, who we're going to appoint, because you have to think. And I've been saying this on my channel too. This is like our next couple of years could depend on all of this right now. How the vision's going to be, how we're going to start off. INEOS have to leave a good first impression on a lot of our fans, on a lot of, just a business perspective too. This is an investment that they're taking up. So of course they would want to care about their investment, right? So of course they'd want to go out and try to get, the best people and try to get the job done the way that they want to do. And the way that they've been moving too, with how they got Omar Barada swiftly, just overnight, nobody heard about it, just went to City and got that appointment. So we've seen in the past that they like to move swiftly, they like to move direct. So I'm choosing to believe that maybe this is how they're dealing with the situation with Ten Hag. I think he's gone too. I think he's definitely going to leave. You could see it after their press conferences as well. I don't think Sir Jim Ratcliffe has ever said, his name, Ten Hag. He's always referred to him as the manager. I think after the FA Cup was the best time to, come out and say, we back the manager. So,
bro, I'm sorry to cut you off, but what? This is madness. Exclusive. Crystal Palace are in talks to sign Joe Bellingham as one of their priorities targets for the summer. Olivier Gazner wants to say my Dougie Freeman is working to convince the player. Other clubs, including Brentford, want Job. Open race. Jeez. You see this? What I said to a lot of people, United are not going to be the only team after these type of signs that come out of the random. Listen, you're going to get teams like Crystal Palace who now have a good recruitment system, going for Joe Bellingham. I mean, he's not as good as his brother, but he's a good talent. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a good little gem for them if they go and get him. You know what I mean? So I don't know whether that means that Eze leaves in the summer and that's almost like the Eze replacement. I don't know, but not a bad sign if they go and get him. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's mad. It's mad. But no, man, I agree with you, man. I think it's all about timing, but it's also about, man, like people are forgetting what season we had, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and now people are doing this whole game of, is he an upgrade? Is he this? Is he that, man? I mean, Tuchel is still lurking around. He still wants to come to the Premier League. There's only one job left in the Premier League, and that is Man United, really. Let's be honest. He's not going to go to Brighton, is he? Chelsea have got Maresca. Everyone's got their man. It looks like he's going to come to United for me. Thomas Tuchel remains keen on getting back to his summer in case of good opportunity. Man United decide to fire Erik Ten Hag. Still waiting on internal review. Tuchel will be one of the names on the list. You got him, you got De Zerbi, you got Pochettino. Kaz, what are you telling me? Is Tuchel an upgrade on Ten Hag?
You just put me in the sticks. Why? I think you know what? I think he's got more of a proven record than Ten Hag, without a doubt, in terms of a better club. Because I'm only going to go back off 10 down to Ajax and then Tuchel's Dortmund, PSG, and obviously Bayern and the Chelsea. I'm not saying he's the greatest thing in the world, but he also wins cups. So if you want to win a cup, you're going to have Tuchel, whether it's domestically or maybe even in the Champions League or whatever it may be. So on that notice, they're both the same. In terms of man management, I think they're also both the same. My issue with Tuchel, I think he plays possession football, but what you would get with him is that your defense is going to be a lot more shored up. So, and I think, what it is with us fans as well. I believe Rant said it earlier as well with Monts on his channel. Big up Rants, right? And
yeah,
Monts.
big up.
They said that he likes change. And at the end of the day, we like the new shiny toy. We like change and we want to see something fresh. I think it's because this season we're so frustrated. Like I said before, on a debate show, it's just like being irritated with your current partner to the point where you're going to end up leaving, and anything they say, you get the ick, and then that's it. It's like that. Anything that Ten Hag says pretty much is quite annoying, because even though you can throw out, he's a liar, he's this, he's that, you get bored of that. The answers are quite what's something when the pitch is exactly the same as well?
Monotone.
I can't remember. Monotone. That's I was about to say melatonin as well. It's monotone, so it's boring. But is Tuchel gonna build a team and get us to the point where we need to be? I'd be open to it. Let's put it like that.
Would Tuchel be the one that breaks the kind of maybe mold of getting in with Guardiola and Arteta? Would he be the one that could possibly break into that? Yo, like I want to challenge you, man. Like I want to be able to kind of, because he did do it against in the Champions League final, which is obviously a massive game. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if he beat him in the league or whatnot. So we'll have to find out in that regards.
He's got Pep's number. When it comes to the games, he did have Pep's number.
He did have Pep's number, did he? There you go. So
the difference is no one's close to Pep. Not one manager is near Pep's level. That you, like I said, about 10 years ago, you could probably say about 3 managers, 4 managers, maybe even 5. Now you got Pep, and then there's the rest of them.
This is why I asked the Ten Hag inners. What's the ceiling for Ten Hag? Does anybody know the ceiling for Ten Hag?
Well, Ten Hag is funny because he's come out now and said top 4.
That's what I said.
Yeah. And coming into his time at Manchester United, I don't think he would have ever anticipated that 2 years into it, he'd be in this situation. Not just like with the team and the way that the team performed this season, but all the moving bits and bobs around the club. I don't think he anticipated that. He came into Manchester United. Man United, Glazers were never selling at that point. That season he came in, or that summer he came in, the Glazers were never going to sell. It's only after his little fallout with Ronaldo, and I don't know if that kind of forced their hand, but the Glazers said that they were open to investment, open to, potentially selling part of the club. I don't think he ever anticipated. So he probably thought by the 3rd year of his project, he would be challenging. But I think he's looked at it now. And that's why I think after the FA Cup, I don't know if you lot remember, after the FA Cup, he said, if they don't want me here, fine, I'll go somewhere else and win trophies. I think he's banking on the idea of possibly leaving, because there's no way that you think 3 years into your project, you are still fighting for top 4, and that's okay. And that's why I say a big part of that is all the little moving factors. Because I can say to everyone right now, imagine go back to when Ten Hag joined. What was it, May that we found out that we found him? Did you think that the Glazers were ever going to sell in that point of time? I didn't think the Glazers would have sold. I wouldn't.
There was always murmurs of them selling.
There was protests, all of that. I didn't think a new structure would come in. I didn't think 2 years from now a new structure would come in. I didn't think 2 years from now, I didn't think Jadon Sancho, who at that point, coming off of the back of Ralph Rangnick's season, I thought, okay, new manager coming in, Sancho time. This is his first real season. I'm gonna give this, as his first real season. I didn't think he was gonna have struggles or difficulties. I didn't think Marcus Rashford was gonna have purple patches all over the place. I didn't think Edinson Cavani would end up leaving. I didn't think Paul Pogba was gonna leave. I'll be real. I didn't think Paul Pogba was going to leave. So I think with Erik Ten Hag's situation, it's one of them ones where people always ask me, where do I stand? I think he should have walked at the end of the season, because it's not going to get any better. Next year, he cannot say top 4 is the best that he can do, because that's not okay. So I would have, if he walked with dignity, I would respect it. But I think that's what he's kind of hinting at when he says, if they don't want me, I'll go win trophies elsewhere. I think that's what he's kind of hinting at.
You know what it is as well? The Europa League's going to be difficult as well to navigate as well.
Have you seen the teams in the Europa League? Guys, Manchester United should be the best team. Have you seen the teams in Europe? Should. There's no Sevilla this year. Sevilla is not there. The biggest
I don't know, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought Sevilla was there.
I don't think.
Has anyone got the teams?
Hold on, let me try.
I'm pretty sure Sevilla are not in it.
They're not in it. By Luton and them, man.
Conference. I think they're in conference.
Bro, Sevilla finished like 9th or.
Yeah, no, they're not in it. They're not in it. They're not in it. They're not in it. But we need to win that competition. 100%.
But I was looking at the pots, and Manchester United should be the best team. They should be, but obviously there's no guarantee to that.
Yeah, Spurs don't win anything. But the thing is, though, no guarantee. But you got to remember the football. You know what it is? Yeah. You've also not got to be a good in competition, but you also got to play some good football as well. Like I feel like for me, Europa League, don't underestimate these teams. Bopping us off the park and then winning. You don't look at Sevilla. I know they got heritage and whatnot. So we got to be careful. Champions League, Copenhagen. We couldn't even get out of the group stages with Galatasaray, Copenhagen. Okay, Bayern Munich's in there, but Galatasaray, Copenhagen are Europa League teams. Let's be honest. They're meant to be in the Europa League. So what are we doing here? So I don't know who they're gonna go and get here, but I'm at that stage where I think the United fans need a change. They need to be all back in one unison. You know what? let's go in this direction here. And then whatever INEOS do, you've got to trust what they're doing, and it hope it comes to fruition. You know,
so
that's all we wanted.
Let me ask you then, if you want to trust INEOS, if INEOS decided that they want to keep Ten Hag and they probably identified as more than likely the players that are the biggest obstacle in all of this, are you going to back it?
No, I won't. It's not about not backing it, but I know it's a wrong decision, and I know how it's going to play out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, either way, I'm kind of like, let's see what happens. But I know what decision's going to happen. So say now they keep Ten Hag, yeah? Here they keep Ten Hag, yeah? Not only will it show me what they're about, because then they're not ruthless enough to kind of sack this manager. That's one thing as well. And also, it leads me to kind of think, do they know what they're doing? Do they know what plan they're going? Of course, I'm not going to be shouting INEOS out because it's just crazy. But I also would be like doubting what's their actual plan. Because if you're doing a review, you wait 1 week and then you don't know. And then the next week at the end, you're like, you're keeping him. Say no more. And then we'll see 6 months into his job, he gets sacked. What's going on there? That'll be the first kind of like, these guys are a bit dodgy, mate. You know what I mean? So we will know more about INEOS when this review comes in and when we know what the situation is. We will know a lot about them, whether they are ruthless or whether they actually, you know what? They don't really have a plan. And they're just kind of going by, you know what? Fans said he should stay. So you know what? If they come out with a statement, right, Mino? If they come out with a statement saying, we've seen the overriding support for Ten Hag, what would you think about that? What would you think about that?
What I would think about that, and I said this to you time and time again, they're waiting for Southgate. I generally think in my heart that they're waiting for Southgate. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm sorry to ruin the mood. You know, I know everyone's in a
No, we want other opinions.
I genuinely think, I'm not, by the way, saying I want Southgate, but I think that the reason why there's such that they're taking time and deliberating to keep Ten Hag, because they might feel like, you know what, if we keep Ten Hag for this last year, because it's 1 year on his contract with a trigger option, right? So he could leave next season. They might say, and Southgate, by the way, is not speaking until after the Euros. So this is buying them time. I don't want it to happen, but bear in mind, all I've heard Sir Jim Ratcliffe speak about a lot of the time is the British values of the club, instilling, British talent, having the best of the best in England. What makes you think he's genuinely not convinced that Southgate might be the man for it?
Do you know why I say it won't be Southgate? Because I expect England to get to quarters, maybe even semi-finals this year. Maybe I'm overrating England a little bit and Southgate's chances, but he done it last time. He's got a better squad this time and stuff like that. We'll be on pre-season by then. We don't even have Dan Ashworth through the door. So imagine not having a manager quickly through the door either to link up in pre-season. So who's going to be taking our pre-season? That's why I don't think it can be someone that's managing anyone in the Euros for that. So Southgate, that's why I eliminate Southgate completely. The quarterfinals, I believe, is around 6th of July. So
6th of July.
And then the quarterfinals will be 3-4 days, maybe around the 10th, maybe, or maybe in the 11th. So I can't see that happening. It can't be. I'm sorry, but my Southgate, anti-Southgate has to be.
I don't want Southgate, by the way. I do not want Southgate.
I know you don't.
But for me, it's the only logical explanation as to why something is taking so. Because look at last time United chose to sack a manager off the back of FA Cup. They had their manager before it. They knew who they wanted. They signed on the dotted line. Absolutely no problem. So why is this taking
what
so
if it was
long?
Kieran McKenna? What if it was Kieran
McKenna? I don't think it was Kieran McKenna. I think it was just talk about he's always going to be liked in the club because he came from the club. So I think he's always going to have some credit in the bank with that. But I said back in November when it was announced that INEOS were coming in, I said, these lot know who they want. They know who they want as the CEO. They know who they want sporting director. You cannot tell me they know all these people, but yet they're still sitting around deliberating about which manager they want. It doesn't make sense. I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, by the way. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but I might just do this one time. That's a conspiracy theory to me.
I don't listen. You know what it is for me? If they get Southgate, I think everyone unanimously will be Southgate out. Like, I mean, barring a minority, you know what I mean? They'll be Southgate out.
INEOS out.
INEOS out.
Yeah, INEOS. Yeah, there you go. INEOS out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. Hey, if they keep Ten Hag, I'm INEOS out as well. There's no way that you went to all these games. They were at all these games, watching all these performances, and you decide to still and stick with it. and keep the same manager like that. I'm INEOS out if they keep Ten Hag, seriously. And I kind of agree with Mina. Like, it makes sense if they end up waiting up until the start of the Euros or the end of the Euros. It's Southgate. It makes sense that it's Southgate. Why would they wait? Because you would want to get a manager in right before the Euros, where you can go and potentially scout players who might play well in the Euros, to prepare for the summer, to prepare for preseason, all of that type of stuff. If you could bring a manager in before the Euros. So if they end up waiting until the start of the Euros or after, I could be convinced that it's Southgate, and that's terrible. INEOS out from that point forward, man. Seriously.
You know what it is, though? I feel like for me, you know, there is a couple of names out there. Big up to Elite Pundit. If it's De Zerbi, someone paid that release clause. Yeah, that's true, Elite Pundit. You know what I mean? The Zerbi one's the one that I think is just so easy to get to. I think De Zerbi and Tuchel, they're waiting to get the job. You know what I mean? So it's like, and also we would have heard from Italy, anyone camp, or you know, maybe someone has to leak it out. And the problem is, INEOS have played a good game of not leaking anything out. So if say now De Zerbi has talks with Man United, Italian reports are gonna find out about that. You know, you're gonna straight away. You're gonna find out. You know, so we've not heard anything from that. We've not heard anything from. We've heard. We know the most we've heard is Tuchel's camp. Thomas Tuchel's camp has put it out there. Yo, man wants the job. Give it him. My man's begging for the job, and I don't like beggars, man. You know. You know what did my man say? Top boy. What did he say? Forgot what he said in Top Boy. Don't beg. Don't beg. You know the ones. I said, don't beg. You know what I'm saying, though? You see what I mean, Kaz, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Tuchel is looking like a beg right now. But it's just, he wants the job. You know what it is? It's like anyone in life. You know when you're enthusiastic, you like people that are enthusiastic. It's a bit like YouTube, isn't it? Yeah. Let me, in a way, like if you run channels, you know this. If you've got a panel of people, you like the person who says, "Oh, we still going for the show, like we still got a show later." It's Mandem talk on later. It's rivals on later. Like you like them sort of people, you know what I mean? So they really want a job, not because they're desperate. I think he's happy to sit one out, I believe, but he talked about Man United on the next level beforehand, even when he had a job. So them sort of people, you would want that because you're enthusiastic. At the same time, we don't know what's going on behind doors with other managers. In fairness as well, they might also be super enthusiastic, whether it's De Zerbi, Southgate. But other than that, I don't mind, man. I don't mind it. I think it's just something fresh with him. I don't really see the promised land with Tuchel, but we need to accept, as regardless of who it is, we need to accept that no matter what manager, if they do come in, it will be a stepping stone. They won't last 2 years max, maybe 3, in my opinion, before they get the best out of what squad they're gonna grab or what they're building, and then maybe there's a small percentage it could go further forward. Maybe, you know, I hate to say it, like, but Pep's leaving. If mostly leaving, he might change his mind. There might be a chance there for someone new to go and grab that spot. It could be Tuchel, but a lot of people would argue Tuchel is a win now manager, not a guy that's going to build a squad. But I say, isn't he not the one that took over Klopp, and he done very well with that Dortmund squad? Is he not the one that integrated like the Aubameyangs and so forth? And
he had a good team there. He had a good team.
He had a good team. Yeah. Don't you dare say Poch Naz. Don't you dare. Yeah. I'm not having that.
No. You know what it is though? It's the best job for any manager to come into when you're the first manager of the new regime. Imagine that, guys. You're the first manager.
But do you not think Tuchel will come in and because right now what it sounds like is INEOS want someone that is not hard-headed, strong personality. They want yes, man. They want someone that will do as they're told. Do you think Thomas Tuchel is that when he's falling out at Bayern, he's falling out at Chelsea? I think Tuchel is
Chelsea fell out with him. He didn't fall out with Chelsea.
No, but the point is that he fell out. They fell out with him. I think Tuchel is a bit old school, and it seems like what INEOS are trying to build doesn't really cater to old school type of football managers. That's the only thing that makes me think that the Tuchel thing is his camp just putting stories out there to kind of get him a job rather than there's actual interest. Because I can't lie, the goalposts move every day. It's moving every day. 1 minute is De Zerbi, 1 minute is this. I feel like the media genuinely don't know. But the most common name that I've heard the most is De Zerbi. That's the name that I've heard the most. And De Zerbi's coming from somewhere that he's worked under a football structure. So he's just moving from one club like to another, essentially. Whereas Thomas Tuchel and De Zerbi, they're not really the same. Poch, God forbid, keep him away from United.
Yeah.
Also, De Zerbi's got admirers. Omar Barada was a big admirer of him when he was at City, and actually Serrano and that were big admirers. Dan Ashworth, obviously the Brighton links. I'm not too sure if he's the one that really employed him, or maybe he had a short list of managers in case Potter did go. I'm pretty sure they might have used that before whoever the new director of football came in for them. You know, and then you got to think of relationships as well at the same time. Who they're gonna have the best relationship? I think INEOS have kind of proven they want. Who they're ever going to bring in is down to relationships, and obviously the best in class, golf in class, however you want to label it, that's down to them. And I think this is what, and I still need to know who paid De Zerbi's release clause, because I'm not convinced he paid a 4.7 to release himself. Who does that?
True, you know.
Yeah.
Who does that? And I think this whole review.
Oh, they already had a mutual agreement to kind of help him out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, don't give me a 10 million release clause. Like, who's gonna pay that now? And you know what I mean? Like, they probably had words in it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Where did that news even come from? Yeah,
I know. I was gonna say, man. Man, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it's.
I thought it was mutual agreement.
Yeah,
so I thought
that
there's no. I thought there was. If it's a mutual termination, there's no payment.
I'm pretty sure. So 4.7 million release clause being paid. That was why we made like content. I'm pretty sure it's like the release clause was there. I didn't see it was mutual. Maybe it was.
But don't you think, hypothetically speaking, yeah, if say United paid that release clause on the low, someone from Brighton would have leaked that. Everyone would know by now that it was United that paid it. I genuinely think that, because you see Chelsea leaking stories about McKenna when United were, you know, talking to him. Chelsea's putting stories out there in the media to kind of distract everybody. So don't you think Brighton would have done that too? And by the way, I would sorry to cut you, Kaz, but I was just gonna say I wouldn't put it past INEOS if they did do that hypothetically, because they're willing to pay legal fees for Dan Ashworth,
a director of football.
You know what? That's true. You know, yeah, and even that situation is getting a bit messy as well, man. That needs to be sorted out ASAP, man.
But one thing we can say about INEOS that being really good with Man United is the leaks have stopped though. And I know you said Brighton and not Man United specifically, but INEOS have been very, very good at not leaking anything. This is why we don't know anything. The thing is, we've gone from a fan base that hated all these leaks to now hating that there's no leaks. Make it make sense. So so they've shut up shop on that notice, and maybe this whole review thing is just to make it not look embarrassing for Ten Hag. Maybe they've made a decision. I've never known a manager to last under a new ownership. Like, maybe there might be one or two. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Tuchel, new ownerships always want their own guy. Maybe Ten Hag can be that guy that can adapt to that. And you know, if they want to stick with Ten Hag, I'm not going to sit here and say this is going to be a panel of just Ten Hag outers or fence sitters, aka Tyrone, shameless. But big up Ty. Should have seen the chat, man, when we beat Man City. But I would back that situation still. I wouldn't mind, but they have to prove to us fans they made the correct decision. I think it's too much of a risk. So. That's the way I look at it. And Amir, she wasn't cutting no one.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Amir, man. Get out of there, man.
Oh,
do you know what I mean, bro? Big up Masood. Yo, Masood, we need to get you on the channel, man. Next week, Masood, because he's the one that's Ten Hag in. So big up Masood. He says, if they want the best in class, then clearly Southgate ain't that. If this gym guy hires him, then there's no standards. Okay. But you know what it is, man? I think ultimately, when I look at the situation right now, I just look at it from a point of view of we just got to wait till his review finishes, you know? Once his review finishes, that's it. Everybody can relax, everybody can chill out, and we can all just kind of move on with our happy lives, you know? That's all we could do.
You know? I don't know what. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me private chat. You don't do super chat? I need to ask you this quick.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up, WJ Barrett. Big up to you, man. He says, it will be De Zerbi. Ask yourself why he left. That report came out that he had an agreement in place. INEOS are paying this right because of the FA Cup win. Next week, it will be announced. Aye, man, like WJ Barrett's got his sources, yeah? You know what I mean? Big up Adiwale. He told me that De Zerbi's done as well. He's going to become the new manager of...
I agree with this.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. The BJ comments. Yeah.
Yo, man. Pause.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yo.
Yeah.
Pause. Hey, yo. Hey.
Yeah. Whoa. You understand out there, yeah? On that other channel, yeah? Listen.
No. I was gonna say like certain frauds that 100% got my account banned on Twitter, yeah? 100%. That one there. Yeah, that fraud. And Miguel Delaney, yeah.
Miguel Delay is another one. Again, don't trust him. There's certain
xenophobic-
journalists, that you can't really trust. They're not for transfer news, So for me, like, be careful which journalists you trust now, man. You know what I mean? There's some that have got their credibility up from last year, like Alfredo Puello. The guy,
God, Pedula.
He's quite good.
Yeah,
the guy that's on Sky Deutschland, he's good. I forgot his name. Minna, do you know his name? Sky Deutschland. What's his name? Florian Pettenberg. Florian Pettenberg. He's quite good. Who else is there?
What, for Man United correspondents?
Yeah.
Well,
who in the chat here, please tell me which journalists you trust and which journalists you don't trust. I mean, so that
Ornstein for me is the
number
only
tier
one. He's number one.
Fabrizio second. Fabrizio second.
I would say Rich Fay is another good one.
Rich Fay, but he's local reporter, man. So you can't.
Yeah,
really
I know. But if he says something, I would. There's the Adam Crofton.
Adam Crofton, yeah.
But he's athletic.
Not really, but he's not really a.
He's not really.
Transfer.
He's
not
more external.
Laurie Whitwell, Laurie Whitwell. 1 second, big up. Oh yeah, big up. This is the news story that he showed me.
I don't trust
Elite Pundit for this. For this source says compensation needed for Roberto De Zerbi is less than 10 million after the agreement reached to leave Brighton. Release clause 15, but reduced after decision to part ways. There you go, mutual consent. So there you go. That says everything there. Sammy Mockbell, he's decent. Yeah. Chris Wheeler, nah, not for transfer news. Santi, sometime maybe good, sometime maybe shit. You know, yeah, man.
Nah, it's just Simon Stone. I look at Telegraph Ducker. I think that's one I look to.
Yeah, he's decent. He's decent. I can't lie.
Who's the one? Who's the one from the Sun? I can't stand him. Neil Custis. He's
garbage. He's garbage.
Fell off a cliff.
He's garbage.
Mullock's a decent one.
Mullock's, yeah, he's decent. Man said, leave Chris Kyle alone, man. Are you like, man? Leave Chris Kyle alone, man. Yeah, that's my guy, man. Big up Elite Pundit says, the initial De Zerbi link report said the club he agreed to join wanted things to be quiet. I think United got De Zerbi, Barada, and Sir Jim love him. His release clause was mutually reduced, not removed. Okay, fair enough. Listen, I know, Mina, you got to go soon. Before you go, okay. I want you to start off the conversation about. I big up Craig says, I trust these journalists as much as I trust the Glazers. De Zerbi in, he deserves it. Aye, man, like Craig, you know. Craig's a legend, you know. He knows how to do his little wording and that, man. I like that. Branthwaite or Todibo? I'm gonna put you on the spot right now.
Listen, I just tweeted it because there's a report. I can't remember who it's coming out from saying that United want to target a right-sided centre back. That's their priority. And the left-sided centre-back, they want a backup. Just yesterday, by the way, this is why I say don't trust transfer news in the transfer window. Because just yesterday, there was reports saying that Branthwaite was the target to partner Lisandro Martinez, which didn't make sense because they're both left-sided centre-backs, both left-footed. Personally, I would go for Todibo, right-sided centre-back, and then sign a backup centre-back after that. Branthwaite is not coming to sit on United's bench second to Lisandro Martinez.
He's starting, he might start ahead of Lisandro. Bro, listen. People think, listen, I think Lisandro's a quality player here. Don't get me wrong, but it's gonna have to fight for both of them. Are gonna have to fight.
Can I say on the point of Lisandro, if Eric Ten Hag leaves, Lisandro might be on the chopping block. He might be on the chopping block. He might be getting sold. Yeah, because the way that Omar Barada was in his interview with the Financial Times, he was saying people got 2 years, and after 2 years, if they're not really cutting it, they gotta keep it moving. So if Ten Hag leaves, I think it could open the floodgates for other players that he's brought in to leave, which would make sense to get Branthwaite
like Anthony.
Anthony is an example. I think if Ten Hag stays, some players might leave, like Ahmad, etc., Sancho, etc. But I don't know, man. I'd prefer Todibo. But then I'm worried about the height. You know, I feel like with Varane and Lisandro Martinez in that backline, it was a good balance. It was in terms of height, physicality, etc. Branthwaite, why are you going to help Everton? They need to make sales for FFP purposes before 30th of June. If they're valuing him at 70, 80 million,
now apparently saying 40 million.
No, United want to pay 40. United want to pay 40. But they are saying 70, 80 because he's the most he's the best asset that they have to sell right now, which obviously they need the money. But even forget all of that. Bring me Youssouf Fofana. To Old Trafford.
I know you've been on him, you know. You've been on him.
Bro, for the last 2 years, I've been saying, bring him. Even Mohamed Kamara, his partner at Monaco, who they brought from, they brought him from RB Salzburg when they sold Tchouaméni. And I'm shocked. I thought Fofana would have got his big move last year, obviously coming off at the back of the World Cup. And
World Cup.
he was a consistent starter for Monaco as well. Now, last year of his contract, 20 million, that's a decent price. And that's what United need to do. They need to be looking at the decent transfers. They can't be going for the 100 millions. They can't do that. They need to bring in the little pieces to the puzzle, and then you get that big piece. But this summer, last year, did United really sign a marquee name? No, but they spent a lot of money. But I couldn't tell you one marquee name. Maybe Mason Mount. He might have been the marquee name. I'm sorry. He is. When I say marquee name, I mean the name.
I know you mean.
I don't mean a superstar. I don't mean a superstar.
You don't mean a superstar.
The year before that, Casemiro was the marquee name that United bought. This summer, United can't be signing a marquee name and then other people for big prices. They just need to sign, what's it called? I don't want to say role players because that's kind of disrespectful, but people that can play their role for a decent price, because they're talking about how United are broke. We're hearing United ain't got no money to spend.
No, but if you go, I tell people this: go look at Swedish Rumble all the time. He's a United fan. He's a Ten Hag inner, but he does really good breakdowns and he's always talking about. It's not his name's Swedish Rumble. He knows
he's an accountant, and he
breaks.
He did a whole breakdown about United's FFP.
Yeah,
it's not. Stuff.
Is he on Rumble? Is he on Rumble?
No, his name's Swedish Rumble. That's his name.
Oh, okay.
No, so basically, he will tell you Man United's money spent is not the issue. We can spend up to quite a lot of money, but the issue is the cash flow. That's it. The thing is, people think we can't spend money because of our incomes from 22, 23, when this is a whole different situation. And that's why we say we can spend, but they want to spend smart and all at the same time bring down because even reducing the wage of Ronaldo, Varane, etc., has done a lot for obviously our Man United pockets and then that's why. But I agree. There's another name here I'm going to throw in here, that people might not like, but 25 million they're saying. Actually, Matt Law said 30, 35. I think they will grab off him, but they got to hit certain profit sustainability regulations as well. I want Trevor Chalobah, mate.
Oh my god.
No. If they want,
let me say, no. If he's the first choice you're going for, rather than
we need two. I want Todibo. He's 6'3", same thing. But if I want to go get,
I think he's not that bad. He's not that bad, but I don't know, man. I'm done with going with Chelsea, man. Bun Chelsea, man. Why are we helping Chelsea again, man?
I think Chalobah's wicked, man. I think
we don't want no more rejects, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm done with all these rejects.
I think he's Chelsea's best centre back right now.
And then they're gonna go and buy someone better than Chalobah. But
they want Tosin obviously on a free. If we gotta get Tosin on a free, unfortunately, because he chooses Chelsea. Again, we're talking about cut price people. I don't want Bremer from.
Then that means they save money. Yeah. Big up to Minna. Make sure you follow a channel. Minna football.
Big up
to you, man. You know. But listen, bro, listen.
Say one more name. One more name. I've been saying his name. She was talking about big up Minna. She said cheap deals. Manu Kone. People will know
Manu
the truth.
Kone is yesterday news, man.
No,
that's 2 years ago.
Man. It's
2 years ago, man. You've been riding out for that Manu Kone for too long, man. Allow it, man. Allow it, man. Manu Kone is old news, man.
Manu Kone is a baller. People say Youssouf Fofana like they've been watching Monaco this year. Come on, man. Who's been watching Monaco? I ain't seen no one do Monaco watch-alongs and all that. Come on, man. You're just saying the next favorite name because it's flavor of the week. Come on, man.
But also, Manu Kone, let's be honest, man. Is he right now, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. For me, I've not been watching a lot of Manu Kone. I'll be honest with you. But is he the guy that everybody's talking about now? And like, is he on a trajectory of like, well? And also, is he in the French squad, by the way, Manu Kone?
I don't believe so. He does play from Gladbach, unfortunately. Like, it's not the greatest time in it. They're not well known like that. But this is, you know what? It's one of them ones, yeah.
Oh, big up HK. He's saying Manu Kone is a baller, bro. I don't know, man. I've not been hearing any kind of.
Who said that?
You know what I mean?
Same.
Adewale. Just
come on,
me now.
Yeah, man. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, bro. Kone is.
How old is he?
He's young, bro. He's like 23, 22. Like, the thing is, when I told people this year, like when I say
23,
when Michael Edwards, and all these other teams
just turned 23, by the way.
Just because he's not the most flavorsome name of the month or anything like that doesn't mean he's dead food because he ain't getting no recognition. That's the sort of players we need to be going grabbing, you know, like that Argentinian kid or something. The centre back that we're looking at, no one knows who he is, but apparently he's got big potential. But Manu Kone, you know what it is? I look at profiles for Man United all the time, and I can't.
Is he a 6 or is he an 8?
Both. Both. The thing is both. You know what? I think of like Camavinga, but just not as good.
I can't lie. I'm struggling in the midfield, man. I don't know, man. I think the midfield market is dead.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what you got to look at.
Onana. We're looking at Onana for 60 odd million. We're looking at Amrabat's going to cost you 21 million. We're looking 21? At Youssouf Fofana's the one that I'm not going to lie to you. Out of the three, he's the one that I'm looking at more. You know what I'm trying to say? Who else is out there?
How much is Fofana, by the way? I've seen different
Fofana,
prices.
25 million. 25 million.
That's a steal. See, this is what I'm saying. That's a steal.
It's like a Camavinga, but better dribbler and more press resistant.
Oh my God. See, someone who said this, please. I thank you, someone who knows this guy. When I tell you now, Moussa Dembele type dribbling, you will know the truth when someone grabs him and you're like, oh.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do, yeah? Tonight on Playback, yeah? Oh, make sure you follow me on Playback, yeah? Today on Playback, I'm going to be watching all of the comps, yeah, of all of these players, innit? You know, I know comps is not the best place to go and check it out, but I'm going to be watching all of these players. So today, yeah, if you're about after Big Six, yeah, let me know. If anyone's about, we'll do comp watch. Because on YouTube we can't do it because obviously we'll get copyrighted, man.
Copyright,
you know, YouTube, nah, man, I don't want to say it, yeah, but bro, they're on to me right now, man. Anything I do, copyright straight away, man. They ain't playing around, man. So, yeah, tonight we'll do comp watch on all of these players. So, yeah, make sure you're there. Let me read a couple of super chats here. My boy Eric Ten Hag is winning us the league next year, says Grace. Okay. Way says Todibo all day. Signed Tosin on a free. Have Shaw's back up. Marlon says Southgate went to Braille's for 60th birthday party. Okay. Ajinka, he says, if we sign Elise, we do sign about players like Ahmad and Garnacho. They would want to be in the playing 11, especially Ahmad shouldn't have let go. And Adewale says Todibo and Tosin for 40 million, Manu Kone 30 million, Youssouf Fofana 25 million. Let's do all four. So how much is that? 55. That's going to be 95 million altogether. Yeah, 94.
For what? I mean, like, what's this?
Altogether, these transfers will cost
all these players. Yeah,
all these players, 95 million.
There's good business to be done out there, man.
It's good business. But you know what it is as well. I also you got Kobe Mino, who's the guy that's going to be the more creative kind of player in the 8. Yeah. So you got Kobe Mino. I don't want to say it, but Bruno Fernandes is going to be playing next summer, whether we like it or not. He's going to be playing in that 10 role. So Kobe Mino, Bruno, and you need someone who's going to complement them two both. Do you believe Manu Kone can complement them better? I think Sesco Fofana can complement them better, for me personally.
Manu Kone gets across the pitch a lot quicker than all these, man. But I'm not saying Fofana wouldn't, because I think Fofana is probably more suited as a 6 than a Manu Kone. But when I think of hybrid, obviously he can do 8 as well at the same time. But I think they're both good profiles you can grab. People say Onana, guys not even.
I don't rate Onana. I don't rate Onana.
When I say this, I don't rate him personally. And I've been telling people this guy is just a better upgrade version, an IC3 version of the Scott McTominay, yeah, with a better potential and a higher ceiling. That's all I see. Better height, bit of strength, good at ball recoveries, but get better going forward, right? This is what I'm saying. Like Fofana or Manu Kone, I'll be so happy with that.
Yeah, Sesco. Not Sesco.
I'm looking at, you know. Seko Fofana.
Yeah, Seko, yeah.
Seko Fofana,
yeah. I like them options, but we need to grab someone else on top of that. This is why I look at someone like Dewsbury Hall as well. On top of that, we need good option.
Dewsbury Hall, I can't lie to you. I've been rating about this guy since 2020 when he came out in lockdown, man. This guy's a baller, man.
Leicester need to sell, by the way. They need to sell.
Bro, Leicester need to sell. Go. Like, I think for me, that's a player that everyone. He is, yeah, bro. 10 times the player Mason Mount is, yeah. He's got more technical ability. He's got more, his dribbling is better than Mount. His intelligence better than Mount. I would sell Mason Mount and go get Dewsbury Hall. Simple. But I don't know if we're going to do that, though. That's a problem.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd say so. Yeah, I would say so. I just think Mason Mount's a waste of skin. I'm actually in the camp of belief. And this is just pure speculation on my point, by the way. There's no facts in it. I'm willing to give him a chance, of course. Don't get me wrong. I think any Man United on a clean slate like the way it is now, anyone's going to give him a chance. But at this moment of time, someone who's not a fan of him, right, who's literally the master of the averages of 7s and 6s, this guy, I'm actually in the camp of belief that he was one of them guys that didn't want to come back in time and to play. Like, don't get me wrong, being happy and everything, but you know how cheeky it looks, yeah? You can be happy. Actually, no, it's bad for me. Celebrate, of course. But it's just the way he come on for like 3 minutes and like he done something. Do you know what I mean? Like he done something. You know what I mean? Screaming into the camera and stuff like, you done anything in the FA Cup? Like, I don't remember this guy playing more than 90 minutes, like in total.
You know what's mad, yeah? Big up Swayway, he says here. And by the way, guys, get the likes up, man. We need at least 500 likes. Guys, if you've not liked the video already, please hit the like button. It's free to do so. It helps the channel massively. So please hit the thumbs up button. Follow me on Playback as well. Swayway says we should sign Edison from Atlanta. I saw enough of him in the Europa League final. It takes one match to a baller. All right, listen, Swayway, we can't do that anymore, man. You can't be watching one game and be like, yo, he's the guy. You know what I mean? You got to do a bit of research. You know, I watched Kim Min-jae for 1 year, and even still, people don't like Kim Min-jae. I still think for me, if Kim Min-jae is available this summer, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think he's a someone that United should look at. You know what I mean? If there's no other options available, maybe go and get Kim Min-jae. But I don't know. I think he's a top centre back for me. What I've seen. But I'm gonna go with Todibo. I'm gonna go with Fofana, and then I also want another midfielder, someone who's a bit kind of like you know what I mean?
And Adam Wharton, like, or do you want a more attacking player? Like
attacking player, we need attacking.
Like you want Shrewsbury Hall, man. I know you do. That is, you're quite. I think you're quite sold on him. You know what I mean? Like this new wavelength of these IC1 midfielders coming through the game. It's just like you're not really used to that. The technical ability of these lot, and you're thinking, bro, like, where did this batch of people come from? Where did these lot? That's not usually it. And here we are. We got a bunch of Jack Wilshires. Do you know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's
you know what? This guy's good, but he's going to Juventus. Cooper Myers. This is the one that
is he actually going Juve? Is he actually going
he's going Juventus. You know, one thing about Juventus here, they've got a good talent ID, you know, man. Apart from Bremer, their talent ID is good, man. They're getting some youngsters now. They're getting some Bremer's shit, man. Bremer's rubbish.
He's clunky as hell,
He's got a good manager as well. Mata as well.
Mata as well. Yeah, man.
Manager, man. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So they've got good options, man, in there, man. You know what I mean? There's here Dewey. No, bro, we got too many youngsters, man. We got too many you know what I mean, youngsters. We got my man coming up as well. What's his name? Bro, man. De Jong, nah, man. No more De Jong. No more De Jong.
If you didn't want to come in the first place, sometimes I look at if you didn't want to come in the first place, then don't come at all. But in the same breath, why would you have wanted to come to this crap? Like in theory, he was right not to come at that moment of time. To turn down someone as De Jong's ability right now. Like let's say he said, I'll come to Man United. Are we gonna look at that and think and say no?
Like, you know what's bad here? Sheik, let me go back to the centre backs here. Do you think it's about buying smart or just buying good centre backs? Because it's like, bro, them kind of centre backs. Look at Saliba and Gabriel. We need centre backs that are going to be better than them two, man. I don't care.
Yeah,
we need to compete, man.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the goal for INEOS, like I said, this is so important for us going into the next couple of years. So the goal for INEOS is to obviously try to get. I think they should try to make the smart signings, but also you do have to, at the end of the day, make a right signing. Just because someone is cheap, but he's crap, it doesn't mean you should sign him just because he's cheap. You know, you still want to get quality into the team. Todibo, for me, is the pick. I think Todibo, and hear me out, I'm not saying he's as good as Varane, but I think it ideally could be a very good replacement for Varane. I think he fits the same type of profile. He's right-footed, 6'3", 6'4". He's around 23, 24 years of age. He's had experience playing. I think when he was a little bit younger, he was at Barcelona. I think he went on loan. He's also played at Schalke before, so he's had experience like in different leagues in Europe. I don't know his game time and stuff like that, but in terms of signings, I would say this. This is why the manager is so important, because you need to. This is why we're trying to get a structure as well. You need to go and identify the signings and the type of players that the style of football that we're trying to play next year and the manager would want. I think that is what is so important. That's why if we end up waiting for this whole managerial appointment, which I am okay with, like at the end of the day, if Ten Hag does get sacked, that's the end goal. You know, as long as it does take, it's cool. But I think it's very, very important for us to start getting to work to pick this manager, because then we need to start actually, this is why we got the structure for, right? To perform like a football club, like an actual football club. So go out and do that. Go sit down with a bunch of people, all these people that you hired, you know, whenever they're all available, Ashworth, Barada, all these people, sit down, you know, talk about the manager, identify your targets, identify the style of play that you want to play, and then move accordingly. So in that sense, like when it comes to, when people ask me like, who would you want? I'm open to a lot of players, obviously. You know, it can't be, you know, likes of like people like Havertz and stuff like that. But I'm open to a lot of players as long as that's, you know, the transfer plans of our manager, and also, you know, the style, they fit the style that we're trying to play next year. If there's a clear vision, then I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm willing to, you know, see and what can happen with it. But Todibo, in between both of them, I'd say Todibo for me.
Yeah, everyone keeps talking about Lely Yoro, man. But bro, man, 18 years old, yeah. Are you man gonna be trusting him to lead our back line next summer? You know what I mean? Is everybody in the chat gonna be like, yo, we trust him? He's a generational talent. Like, are we really gonna be putting our faith in Lely Yoro and be like, yo, like he's the guy to start the revolution? You know?
Get both.
Are you like sorry?
Just get both. We need two. We need two right side. I'm in the camp of saying I want him to leave this summer, but he's not going to happen. Luke Shaw, just put him as your left centre back choice. He'll get less injuries because you don't have to run up and down and all that kind of stuff. Go get a left back.
Yeah,
that's for one season at least. Just put him there. I don't get this chase with Jared Branthwaite. I think journalists are just bored at this point. Two right-sided centre backs. I don't like Lindelof, and obviously Varane's leaving, unfortunately. And then you got Willie Kamawala, where you don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to go on loan? I think a loan would do him really well. Or do you look at him like he could be just that fifth choice that can rotate within the cups? So on that note, we need two, and that's why I'll go for both of them. But the reports are that we want a left-sided and a right-sided, which kind of tells me that they're either going to put faith in Willie Kamawala or they're going to keep with Lindelof for another year until his obviously expires.
Well, Lindelof needs to cut, man.
He should cut 3-4 years ago. 3-4 years ago.
I'm tired of him, man. You know what I mean? That brother there, man, he needs to go, man. Man like Lindelof, bye-bye, mate. You know what I'm saying to you? So, bro, exactly. Yeah, Camavinga's true, but Camavinga is a midfielder, man. You know, it's different. You know, centre-back and midfielder, I'd rather put my faith in a midfielder who's a youngster rather than a centre-back. Do you get it, guys? Like, I don't know, man. I've always had that in my mindset that a midfielder can start off young, but centre back, you've got to be careful with him, man. Putting too much pressure because one mistake, bro, you know what it's like, man. Head down, confidence gone. You know, midfielder you can rotate. You know, what I mean, centre backs, you don't want to be rotating centre backs, man. You need to have your guys there ready, you know, and available. So I wouldn't be wanting to rotate centre backs for me personally. Anyway, in that regards, striker, guys.
One name.
INEOS.
One.
Yeah, man. We've got a couple options. We've got Xerxes,
yeah.
We've got is he called Xerxes?
No, Xerxes.
Yeah, all right, man. I know you're from Netherlands, but relax, man. Xerxes. Tony. I'm hearing Benjamin Sesko is going to Arsenal. What's that? Is that true?
Yeah, heavy links today. Someone reported there's a 56 million release clause for Sesko, and Arsenal are apparently monitoring it.
How can anything be? Listen, man, Arsenal fans are getting excited. Nothing's been decided yet, man. I don't know, man. They're saying that Benjamin Sesko said yes to a move to Arsenal. Bro, man said yes, you know. Get out of here, man.
Where's this?
Yeah, man. Apparently, the Mirror reported it. Apparently, the Mirror.
Yeah.
The Mirror.
I'm pretty sure he said yes to everyone.
Verbally agreed. Man, I'm getting linked to the Mirror, you know. Look at this brother here, man. This guy. Edward,
this guy.
Get out of here, man.
This guy, bro. Yeah.
Bro, man, get out of here, man. Everybody's become a journalist now, man. Bro.
Even Ryan.
Mirror, you know.
Apparently.
Come on, man.
What camp are you in, shit? Because I know exactly what one. There's only one name I want out of all of them. I'm acceptance of all of them, but there's only one for me. It's easy.
Yeah, it's Ivan Toney. It's Ivan Toney for me. It's easy. There's 100%. It's Ivan Toney for me. Look at even this past season when he took when he had that little break off and he came back and he was scoring goals. Like, it was a Brentford team which was terrible last year, but he was still there, making things tick. He honestly had a terrible game against us. Now that I think of it, when he played against us, he was shocking. He missed a couple of chances, but Ivan Toney for sure, 100% Ivan Toney. Out of all those strikers, he's the most prem experienced. I think he fits if depends on who we decide to hire. But he's that type of striker who's a poacher. He gets you goals. He can score free kicks. He's good at set pieces, penalties. He's just a poacher. He gets you goals, man. That's a striker we need. I'd love for him to be with Højlund. I think that's perfect for Højlund too.
Last season, the striker market was shit, I don't think it's as bad as this season, though. This season's not that bad, I don't think it's that bad. It could be worse, though, because I've just named you Tony, Xerxes, what's it called?
Sesko.
Dovbyk as well. Dovbyk's available. Who else is available? Who has we mentioned anyone else? Have I missed out on anyone?
There's Guirassy, but apparently he's going.
Guirassy.
Yeah.
Guirassy's apparently going Dortmund though.
There's 5 attackers there, man. It's not bad. Last year, how many were there available? Jonathan David, that's 6.
Washed.
Jonathan David. Who else is available? Does anybody know anyone else that's available?
No, not really. I think Gyökeres is there, but it's just I don't think.
So I've just named you a couple though, man. It's not as if it's, you know what I mean. Like last year, could you have named a couple last year?
It was difficult.
There you go then.
Difficult. Yeah, it was more than difficult.
It was more than difficult, man.
Because a lot of these young strikers have now got a year's experience. Like Sesko scored like 14 in the league. Not in the league overall, shall I say?
No, we're not getting Watkins.
Watkins is
don't
too
think
much.
we didn't even know who that is. No one knew who that is. Xerxes was again up and coming talent again. So yeah,
and Ketia. Morata, I would take Depay on a free. I would go and get Depay on a free. Simple. Go and get me Depay on a free.
Depay on a free.
Depay on a free, and then go and get me someone else. Maybe it is a different player to Tony. You know, someone that maybe like you know. That Xerxes guy, you know what's good about him? He's got a bit of technical ability, man. He's got a bit kind of.
It's a fault. He's like a false 9. He's better as a false 9, in my opinion. Like he's the link up. If there's anyone's going to be kind of, I would say that's comparable to someone like Martial that could become up and coming. It's probably Xerxes.
Hustily, you know, flipping hell. If we get Hustily, well, we're finished. Finished. It'll be another Hoyland.
I think Tony. You know what the maddest thing about
another
Tony
white
is?
horse.
You know what the maddest thing about Tony is that I'm kind of confused why no top teams are linked with this guy yet. Like I ain't heard Liverpool.
Bayern Munich.
No, you're buying, but I don't think he's going to go with Kane. That's what I'm going to say. I think they might sell him something, of course, but I don't think he would want to go abroad personally and go fight for a position with Kane. I think that will be in his mind. Like players do think about this. That's the issue Tottenham had why they couldn't get second strikers. Was exactly the same thing because Kane's that number. He's just that guy. But with everything else around it, I ain't seen Arsenal linked with him, which I kind of find confusing. They already done business with Brentford. Then you look at Chelsea, there's some links there, but then everybody else, it's not there at all. And obviously, Man United's got links, of course, because we link to everybody in this world. But they're talking 50 million. Like stocks went right down. You're right, Naz, went right down for this guy. And maybe it's because he done a few of those interviews. But all of a sudden, it was we want 80 million. Now it's like, we'll take 65 million. Now it's looking like it's 50 million there and then. The guy's what 27, 28, 6 foot 1 or 2. You know, I think he's the complete striker. He's a complete striker. He can do everything. The guy can play football, and Hoyland can learn off something like that. I don't want to see Hoyland all the time, but we're talking hold up. The only thing he's probably not great at in the world is maybe running in behind. Not really his greatest strength. But when we think about what wingers we currently have, which Marcus Rashford probably going to stay at Garnacho, they'll probably benefit off that. Like Mbeumo's benefited because all those knock-ons against these big teams, right? They can't handle him. And for a low block, we'd finally have something of aerial presence that we haven't had at Man United in so long. Even if we have a 6'5" flipping Vegas, aerial presence in the box. So those low blockage teams, you're gonna have to put 2 people on Tony. And that I'm not saying he's the best thing since sliced bread, but trust me, out there, that's a no-brainer. We should be doing everything we can to make sure we go and get him.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. I look at it for me, you know, -1 goal difference, man. You know what I mean? It's not good enough, man. That needs to change, man. We need to be able to kind of manage to bridge that gap, man, because we need goals, man. If you look at the last couple of seasons, we have scored. Let me go check the last Premier League seasons right now. Does anybody know altogether how many goals we scored in all competitions last season and this season? This season, in the Premier League, we have scored, I think it is 52 goals, is it? 50. Let me see now. The season before that, we scored 58 goals.
This is poor, man.
Yeah, 58 goals. This season, we have scored 57 goals. 57 goals we scored. So we need to be scoring more goals, man. You know what I'm trying to say? So end of the day, man, like, you know, that's a big, huge task. But I look at it, all comes down to the system and what we're trying to do, man. Like what we're trying to do.
Tony Bruno Fernandes would benefit of someone like Tony as well.
Yeah, because obviously Martial kind of type in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even Martial and Tony, I don't think they're similar, you know, man.
No, they're not. They're not. But
Tony's got, you know what I mean?
We're talking. You know where I like Bruno? Yeah, when he was doing the part where he wasn't really involved in the midfield as much. He was just waiting on the end of shadows.
Shit.
It's a bit like shadow strike. Wow, that's poor.
Shadow striker, basically. How many have Arsenal scored this season? All competitions.
They scored 90 odd goals, isn't it?
Yeah, 80 to 90, probably easy.
That's mad, you know.
City score about that much per season.
Yeah, there's a little time in the season when they were slapping teams 5-0, 6-0. Arsenal, like in like a little bit after January, so they probably they scored probably 80 to 90. Good check right now. 91 goals in the league in the league. 91.
Nah, that's crazy, man.
City scored 96. Liverpool scored 86.
Are we linked to any left backs, by the way? Because I've seen
no left backs at the minute.
Nothing. And they said they don't want to spend a lot of money on it either. So I just wonder where that's going to be. What's the future of that? Is Malacia does Malacia still exist or?
Yeah, he still exists. I don't know whether he's going to be playing.
Seen him.
I like the guy from Bournemouth.
Yeah, Kersey, something like that.
Kirkes or something. I like him a lot, and I like that right back from Fiorentina. Saw him yesterday. It was such a dead game, but he's a good player. The right back. Who? I can't remember. I don't know his name. Back. I'll be honest. Don't know his name. Gives with a K, Coyote or something like that. He's good. He's very good. Oh, but yeah, man. United.
Eight Nuri. I think you're talking about as well. Eight Nuri as well. Yeah. Bro, there's a lot, man. There's a lot to do, man. I'll be real with you, man. If we're gonna be serious next season, man, there's a lot to do, man. Do you know what I mean? Estupiñán, yeah, he had a big injury though, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, he is injury prone. Yeah,
you sure you want to do business with Brighton at this point?
Anyone? Yeah,
that's true.
They're gonna explore.
I big up Halimi, Algerian brother, right there. You know what I mean? Eight Nuri, you know. Come on, big up to Halimi. Now, I'm listen. We could go and get 4 or 5 starters this summer. That's it, but you know what happens here? We all get disappointed, man. All the time. Every single one of us, we say, yo, like, oh, we want this player, we want that player. But what happens in the end? No? We get disappointed.
Yeah, but I'm in a notion of like, I'm gonna subscribe to the thought that even if we get 4 or 5 signings, like which we should expect at least 4 or 5 signings, I'm more excited. I know we all love incomings, but I'm excited to see who goes.
Yeah.
I'm tired of crap footballers, man. Like, and even some stinky attitudes. I'm just so ready for something. And maybe I'm selling myself a dream because it's Man United. I mean, if big up Mr. Structure, but if he was here, I'm telling you now, he'll be cussing me out right now. He'll be cussing me out right now.
Yeah.
But I do this every window. I get giddy.
Yeah.
Giddy Express round here. I just want to see who goes. What's this?
True. Some news breaking. Well, not breaking anyway, because it's telegraphed. Duckers has put out some news right now. He says Man United are taking their time over the future of Erik Ten Hag. No decision expected on this manager this week. Club want to ensure they work through all considerations carefully before arriving at a decision. That, you know what that sounds to me? That they're just trying to get the manager in, innit? And they're snaking my man. You know the ones there? They're basically trying to get a new manager in. That's all it is. They're just working on
giving them false hope. Just giving them false hope. Yeah.
I think they're trying to make sure the FA Cup hype dies down.
I know.
Yeah,
and that's why I feel like they're throwing off bits of news about Branthwaite and this. They're trying to make sure they distract our minds to make sure we don't think about the appointment and the sacking and stuff like that. You know, what was there as well at the end? Who is it? Samuel Luckhurst or something like that?
Yeah, what did he say?
With the poll, he went up there with a poll and say majority of Man United fans want you to say, "Shut up, bro." You're telling me half of the people that's in Goldfish's thing saying Ten Hag out, when you've got 2,000 of people in Saeed streams as well saying Ten Hag out. We've got Rance's stream 2,000, 3,000 people saying Ten Hag out.
Shit, bro.
They are rigged.
Did you see what the poll said after the Crystal Palace game?
What, gone?
It said like 39% of fans wanted him still to stay. You know,
and all of a sudden it was like 86% or something super like that. Whatever, man. Get absolutely begging. You know who's shameful? You know who's shameful? Yeah, is Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer. This is why we got a song about him. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is why, like, you know what? He was telling Ten Hag in the interview, don't get me wrong, this is me backing it a little bit for him, yeah? Trying to say that you can't use injuries as an excuse and da-da-da-da. But when it comes to Eddie Howe a few games before that and stuff like that, he was talking about how great Eddie Howe's got in with all the injuries. When we've had the most, We've had the most.
That
guys,
is true.
Guy's a kook, mate. Like,
no, but at the end of the day, man, he was right. He's a journalist, isn't it? Right now, he's a journalist, isn't it? So he can say what he wants. You know what I mean? Like, exactly as well. You know what I mean? Don't listen to this, man. Majority what does stay. You know, I think there's a split.
Foolish.
There's a split.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is a split. You know what I mean? I might do a video on Saturday. I might go to Old Trafford on Saturday and ask the fans. You know what I mean? And let's see what happens over there. You know? And I'll be, and I will. I will go there and ask people,
how about
Ten Hag in or out? I'll just ask people, Ten Hag in or out?
I would say just go on your Twitter and then on your community post on YouTube and just do a poll. Let's see that. Let's get the polls. Let's get the real polls. Let's get the people's, the people's champion poll out and see what it says. Because you know what? They want to put one narrative over. We can spin our own as well. People don't understand. Like people like us, we're the most powerful in all of this, not them, because they get exposed all the time. And you know what? It's in a way, it sounds like a witch hunt for Ten Hag's head in a way, but I don't care about that, man.
Yeah, 100%. No cuts. I won't be doing no cuts. I'll be making sure I get every single person, and I might even go and get at least 20 people to come and have their say. You know what I mean? And I'll see what they say. Do you know what I mean? So listen, I look at it from this point of view of, everybody's so emotional right now, and it comes down to the fact that, people want to follow the popular opinion. I get it, innit? If you say now Ten Hag out, everyone's going to hate on you. Everyone's going to be like, yo, man, what are you saying that for, man? You're a fake fan. Like, bro, listen, I'm cool with that. If someone wants to call me a fake fan, because I said Ten Hag out, I'm cool with that. Like, I don't want no kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, respect from anybody. Respect is earned, If people like you, they'll like you. I'm not here to be liked, man. I'm just here to give my opinion. You see what I mean? So, end of the day, like this is why for me, in terms of when I give an opinion, sometimes it's raw. Sometimes it's kind of like, yo, man, Saeed's angry today. But it's how I feel. I don't let my emotions go down. I don't let it say, yo, listen, Saeed, don't do this today. Nah. Sometimes it can be for the better of me. I might not get the opportunities, but fuck it. I don't want the opportunities. I'd rather be me through all of this process of being who I am. You know what I mean? I'd rather be me. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So I think a lot of people are doing this because it's like popular narrative, innit? And each to their own, innit? I'm not here to kind of be like, yo, you can't do this. But ultimately, just have your opinion, man. And a lot of people have got the opinion of, you know what? I'd rather just back him because I look like the outsider. Bro, come on, man. Just have your own opinion.
Well, this is why rival fans, as much as they want to cuss us when we talk crap on their team, they're here because they want to hear a different opinion to theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I feel like for me, when I made this channel, man, I wanted it to be an authentic channel. I wanted it to be a channel where it's just real, innit? It's nothing fake. It's nothing, you know what I mean? Like we're not here to be the mainstream media. We're just here to represent ourselves, innit? You know what I'm saying? That's why we got different people on every week. Sheik said today, we got his opinion. You guys probably never heard of Sheik, but he's come here and he's given his opinion. We had the calling show. I do a calling show. Bro, I've had so many different opinions on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're just here to give people their opinion, man. That's all it is, man. Martin says, Saeed, not here to be liked. Hit the like button. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can hit the like button. That's what you can do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we're just here, man. We're just here to give our opinion, man. And it is what it is. But listen, people, we're going to wrap up here. Make sure you don't like the video, though. I don't know how many likes we're currently on right now, but hopefully we're on a lot of likes. 374. Guys, is that good enough? We had 800 people here.
Nah, 500 minimum.
Not at all, man.
It's always a 500 minimum.
Come on now.
You know
500.
what it is? Let's put it like this. This is I always say it because I don't like stealing people's lines, right? But if you're on dark mode, right, and the farm should be looking like me. If you're on light mode, it should be looking like Saeed. So if you ain't done that yet, there you go. It should not be the other way around.
Yeah.
Simple.
There you go. There you go, people. I'll be back tomorrow, 3:30. We'd agree to disagree. And also, I'll be back on playback tonight, 10:30. You know what I'm saying? So if you man are about, if anyone wants to jump on, you feel to jump on. I think we had Rainer yesterday on. I test a couple of other guys. So playback 10:30. We're gonna be watching the comps. We're gonna be checking them guys out. I think you're live in a bit, innit? Cause
we're gonna we're doing worse transfers, bro. Like I can't lie. Like there was something that was just I just thought we'd do worst chant in about 45 minutes in once and daps. And I promise you now, no one has the same list. Some names, but some men are gonna get rattled. Let's put it like that.
There you go. So make sure you follow Kaz. Sheik, thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Like I said, absolute honor to be here on the channel and also, speak to Cass as well and Mina as well, who was here earlier. I do have a stream tomorrow with Flawless. We're doing a keep sell bench for Manchester United next season, so that should be interesting. I will be doing it for all the big 6 teams as well, so definitely tune in, man. Saeed TV on YouTube, people. Appreciate the chat as well. Big up every single time.
Man. Big up, man. Nah, appreciate it, man. Come on, big up to you, Sheik. And yeah, man, go to Never Far. We're gonna raid them over there. And yeah, man, we're out, man. Big up to everyone. Big peace.